Let's hope that we get our screen set up. Okay, there we go. All right, so we are now live. Hooray, hooray, hooray. Everything's all tickety-boo. If you're out there, just say hello. Thank you for watching. All right, so this is going to be a special edition of TradingView. I'm going to show you the backtesting capabilities of TradingView along with the metrics overview of the backtester. All right, so I do believe we are live. Yeah, I'm seeing myself live here. And we are recording and all that fun stuff. So what you're seeing on the screen right now is basically the trading view with a strategy coded up in Pine script. Here's a strategy. It's a very simple one, but it's calling another external library call. So with that, it's only about 30 lines. So it's using this Donchian channel, and it's basically a demo to show you reversal points, pivot points. And yeah, so with that in mind, that's what we're going to show you. So that's the source code right here. Here we have the strategy tester. This is all the development environment you get with PineScript. So here you get your strategy tester. And we also have a trading panel as well. So if you like something, you can easily automate the trades by setting up a paper trail connection, and then some of the more popular brokers, FXCM, Oanda, Forex.com for Forex, Interactive Brokers for everything else. If you want crypto, it's a little limited. Binance and Gemini maybe, and Bitstamp if you're in the States. I don't have access to Bitstamp, but they're apparently expanding. So that's your choices for crypto. So this could be this strategy can be used universally on anything that's available. So what I'm going to show you now is what we're going to look at. And we're going to look at a bunch of the major big tech stocks: Microsoft, Apple, Tesla, NVIDIA. We're going to also look at Bitcoin, XAU, USD, gold, and USD as a CFD, US oil, CFD, and a bunch of other new stocks that I'm watching today. Just wanted to show you that. Hello, Mr. Predrag. Thanks for watching, dude. Okay, so there's that we're going to do. So let me just show you what we're loading up right now. I'm going to load up probably the best one. Well, let me start with the more popular ones. So we'll do Bitcoin, USD on Bitstamp. So there you go. So these are your reversal points, the markers. This, if you're used to what I used to use, trading platforms like MotoWave, this is very, very, very useful. Depending upon your time frame, this is 1 day. You're over your view of the market, if it's daily, 3 months, 6 months, year to date, so on and so forth. Yeah, it's pretty powerful stuff. Anyways, there's a new feature here that TradingView has put out called deep backtesting. So that's clicked on. That's in beta mode. I'm not sure if I'm only getting it or if that's universal across the platform on TradingView. I don't know. But let me just generate this one report. So we're looking at Bitcoin daily. Let me do a yearly view. So it's going to go back 1 year. All right. So if I generate the report, this is important stuff now. So in here, you get 16 trades among the back test here. You get 43% win ratio, 1.79 or 1.8 profit factor. That's important. And this is the amount you could expect to get as net profit. $580 traded, assuming on each trade, average number of bars and trades. So this is daily charts. You're looking at roughly a 19-day hold on these particular positions on average. So here's our performance summary, net profit, gross profit, all that fun stuff, all the usual metrics that you could use. I'm not going to go into details on that. Here's a list of trades. It's very similar to what MotoWave would have. much more deeper though, and there's your properties as well as part of the coded up strategy. You could go through that on the panel in the strategy, but again, I'm not going to show you that. I just want to show you the highlights here. So if I go back to the strategy tester um, and show you again the overview right here. So we traded 16 trades. You would be up $9,000, 43% percent in trades, and a profit factor of 1.8. So that's pretty good on this time frame. But now when you start to do simple things like trade on the 4 hour, generate a new report, you could see that we can easily change around our um, trading results just by changing it from 1 day to 4 hours. So you can see it's not as lucrative as it was before. Or on the other hand, it might be because the last one only gave you 9,000. So here you get 13,000. Average trades now smaller, 133, 19 trades. So the idea here is when you back test, what you're able to do is to see what's your optimal time frame, your optimal time frame that you trade on, as well as the snapshot and how far back you want to back test as well. So it's pretty powerful to see that with these quick highlighted results. One thing about the max drawdown, you don't want to have a max drawdown of more than 15%. Anything over 15% with the results, you don't want to go with that trading set of parameters and results. Okay. So that's just something to keep in mind. So again, remember, this is going as far back as June, but looks like I have to change this to today, which is August 14. Generate a new. So we got $10,000, percent profitable 30. Profit factor is not as much, but this seems to be a little higher still on the 4 hour, and the number of trades 18, average trade at $68. So even if you have a small account, you could have done supposedly fairly well with this trade doing that. So that's the results you'd get if you just use this one strategy. And the advantage with TradingView, you just load up, get access to this trading strategy. Obviously, I'm not allowed to tell you how to get it, but just go to my external uh, resources under the profile. You'll be able to get in touch with what I do. But if you get invited, when you get invited into the trading script and access it, you can do the same thing in what I'm doing as well. This is a custom coded trading strategy in PineScript as an example. But I just want to show you just one sample using Bitcoin. So let me just show you, we've gone from 1 day, 4 hour. Let me just show you 1 hour just to see. So we're going back to June 1st, same as before. And yeah, you can see here that the profit's much higher, 23,544 trades, profit factor 1.3. So you have to figure out which one's the most important out of these four results. Obviously, the net profit's probably the most useful for you. $44 per trade, and each trade would be 20 bars. So that'd be 20 bars. So at 1 hour, you're looking at about 20 hours per hold on average. So that's pretty strong. And this is just Bitcoin. Okay. Now I'm going to show you now, let's say gold. So if you are trading a CFD, like I've shown before, I'm just going to use the gold and US dollar. We'll use Oanda as well. So you can see here, if I go back on the daily, you go 1 year, let's say. So you can see here, that's our time period, generate the report. And you can see here, 87% wins, but it's only $540 compared to Bitcoin, $67. So you're getting much higher, much higher trading results with Bitcoin than with gold and US dollar. So you 36 trades, 36 hour. So this would be 36 days held per per trade, and then there's 8 trades. And again, you can see the list of trades and all that as I showed earlier. Pretty strong stuff, but Bitcoin right now would be your better trade. All right, so I'm going to show you some of the other popular instruments. Let's look at oil. Now, I'm only showing you typical ones I talk about my trading ideas. So oil, gold, Bitcoin, as well. Those are the more popular trade instruments. So these are just to show you um, what's what these results would be if you were to trade the popular ones. Obviously, you will have other instruments assets that will be way more profitable. You'll find that in what I'm going to show you in the stocks as well. So in this case, we are looking at, if I generate that report, okay, so you're negative now with oil, 16 trades, 18% win. Yeah, so this is not very good, obviously. But we know that gold oil's been doing fairly well for the last month. So let me just put this to no, be, let me put this at the beginning of June 14, 15, 16, and see how it did with oil. So it's still not profitable. Now, how accurate this is, I can't really tell you until I really go live trading with it. But when you saw what was with Bitcoin, it's pretty encouraging to use that as a metric. As I said, this is very similar to the prior platform of MotiveWave, but this is just easier. The advantage again here is that you can do this through the app, you can do this through the desktop, you can do this and just upload your strategy, and you're running, and you can let this run in the background with no need to worry about connectivity with TradingView, and that can be run from anywhere you're at. And that's the beautiful thing about TradingView. So I'm able to do what I've been able to do with MotiveWave as a platform, but do it at a much cheaper, much cheaper price point, including the data as well. So as I said, once I'm happy with the results, what I can do is I can add in the order code based upon these average trades, put the live orders in the code in the Pine script, hook up my whatever trading exchange or broker, push go, and off I go. And it's trading, live trading in the background and doing nothing. And I just watch the trades and the results on TradingView. It's pretty powerful what you can get with TradingView. So going back to the strategy, and again, here's the source code at 30 lines plus. You'd have to get invited into that. As I said, it's going to be a private script, and I'm going to have about 20, 25, maybe 30 similar trading strategies because I have the capability to generate these fairly quickly using AI. Okay, so there's all that fun stuff. Okay, let me put in some other recent crypto coins that have been doing well. So this is the dangerous part of crypto, just to show you comparatively to oil and gold. So if I put in Shiba and Tether for, let's say, Binance as an example, this is not as good at all. So if I do, let's say, 1 hour, crypto's not the best because of the volatility. You can see your 32% win. It's not very good. So it may work. I could put in Ethereum. Actually, that's the wrong asset. Let me just put in Ethereum USD. Stamp again. Doesn't really matter on the exchange, but you can see here $2,000, pretty good for Ethereum. Much higher with Bitcoin, 35% win, 1.3 profit factor, average trade $4. That's it. 21 hours usual holding time. But here's the thing: is the total number of trades to get those results on top of this will not include the trading commission. You can easily put in the code your commission per trade for whatever exchange you want. I could do that as well, but it's specific to particular exchanges or brokers, obviously, because the commission rate's going to be different on each broker or exchange. When I say broker, it's usually Forex, Interactive Brokers itself, or something like Exchange for crypto. All right, so you can see there, crypto's doing pretty good for profit. All right, so we got Ethereum, Bitcoin, and all that. So that's doing okay. But now let's move over to the good old popular stocks. If you got any questions, just type away. I don't know how many people are going to come in and out of this. We had pretty good numbers, 300 views last week. This one I don't know. When you go technical, people don't really care about this, but this is clearly showing you the results of these simple strategies that get coded up in TradingView, and you get instant views of the back tested results, which is pretty killer. Okay, so as I said, I'm gonna pull up the popular exchange stocks here. So I'm gonna pull up some of the big tech ones as examples here. So the first one I'll bring up is Apple, um, as an example. And again, you can trade through this something like Interactive Brokers. The data, I believe, is part of when you pay with TradingView, so you don't have to pay the extra amount. In my case, with MotoWave, I have to pay another $45 for a connection into something called DX feed. So this is another big advantage with TradingView. So you can see here, the profit is not as much with Apple. That is the last month, so it's really slowed down. But let's just say buy and hold strategy. Let's see how that's been doing. Oh, that is from June of last year to mid-August today. So it's not a very good report. Okay, but 196 trades, 5 cents a trade. That doesn't make sense. But either way, the results are not that strong comparative to a crypto. Again, I can't really sit here and guarantee the results. Um, I have to actually do live trading to see how it works. That I'm going to probably fire up sooner than later. Another stock you might be interested is Tesla. So we are now loading up Tesla here. That's an hourly. We want, let's say, a daily, just for fun. Generate a report. Here you got $276 generated, 66% profitable. That's very strong. Profit factor is very strong as well. But here you can see if you had the timing right from, let's say, January, you go into a choppy mode, and then right along here from May 23rd, that's the exact same time. And I'm going to show you the stock NVIDIA announced their AI with their forward guidance, and everything took off from that day forward up until here, July, and it's been in decline since. So very strong profit factor here. And remember what I said about the drawdown. You don't want it to be more than 15% negative, because if it's more than 15%, you just either use a different strategy or use a better instrument. You can see that almost instantly here as well. And that's the beautiful thing about it. 30 trades as well. So it's pretty good. Yeah. So this is the first. This is, well, actually, it's Apple. I've shown you Tesla. So let me show you NVIDIA. I think this was a killer one. Um, so NVIDIA as well. You just see just a very stark run up. It's just pretty evident. And look at today as well. That's what drove up the Nasdaq today 1% because of NVIDIA. I think it went up 4% for some reason. But let me just generate the report. So you can see here that's been the highest yet, including Bitcoin. USD profit here for the last this is 1 year. Yeah, it's 1 year. Um, Profit factor, number of trades, only 9. That's pretty good. Drawdown, again, that's fairly low. So NVIDIA is a great stock to own, and you can prove it with these numbers and results and using a strategy, which I'm showing you right now. If you got any comments, questions, let me know in the comments. I'll gladly take them up. Now, the idea behind this strategy is very simple. As I said, it's a Donchian. What can happen here is it's kind of like I'm using reverse MACD on my other platform. It's not as lucrative as this strategy, because what can happen is you get these blue markers here, and then you could have 3 of these hit the price point, and when they do, each time it hits the price action, it will load up and add on more to the position. So once you hit this red marker, it'll sell everything. So this particular strategy is pretty strong when you have the right market conditions, right? So this is a pretty good strategy for when you have momentum in the market. And you can see here, there's your profit equity right there. So this would be a great stock to own. And even as of today, with the market decline after the U.S. government's been cut, Nvidia's really roared back. So this will probably start to lead the market again into another up momentum, like it did back here around May. But it's been tracking since here. One stock that's similar to Nvidia is TMSC. It's a semiconductor. A lot of people may not know it. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing. Let me just generate that report. For whatever, actually, do I have the right stock here? Well, I got the wrong exchange. Let's see here. I'm not sure which exchange. Usually you would show, it should come up in Interactive Brokers, but one of these exchanges it doesn't like. So we'll just leave it at that. But I've seen this stock be pretty good. Anyways, let's move on to the next one. Let's take a look at it. If you got a stock you want me to take a look at, just type away in the chat, and I'll gladly take a look at it using this strategy. So let's say we got Microsoft as well. So Microsoft, this one's not as lucrative as you think it is. So we're doing an apple-to-apple comparison. You can see it's negative here. Profit factor is not as high. Percent profitable when at 23. Yeah, so you can do an easy comparison between, let's say, you take NVIDIA out of all those big tech companies, and you could put all your money in NVIDIA knowing the results if these backtest results are accurate. So that's one of the nice things about it. So let me put in one other stock. Google has another example, or Alphabet, sorry. Same time frame. You can see here negative again. NVIDIA is the best stock to own compared to all of these other ones. So just knowing that just will help you out in your trading results as well, being able to maximize your trading portfolio for better maximum results or optimal results, whatever you call it. You can also work on your trading timing as well. Any questions? I don't see anything new. So what I'll do is I do track stocks every day. My system, I kind of alluded it to last week, where I can do stock picks for the week, for the day. So these are the ones for the day. So these are generated since Friday's data. So I'm not able to include obviously today's data. So it's prior, up to prior. So the first one we'll look at is SVNH. And usually you can see what types of companies these are. So SVNH as one example. These are usually not mid, but they're not micro caps. Well, they're micro caps. We'll leave it at that. So SVNH. I can't remember the name of it. I'll just try one more. NVH maybe. No. Okay, I'll move on to the next one. So this one we have is Schlumberger. If you have not known, oil lately has been doing really, really good. Anything to do with oil. So Schlumberger, let me pull up. Okay, so this is daily. Again, yearly. So I'll generate the report. These are not going to be the big tech stocks, but 46% win, 13, 1.2 for the profit factor, and 390 is not the best profit compared to Nvidia, but it helps to know these sort of things. But if I put it back to last month, and you had it, and known that Schlumberger was a good company to get into, you may get better results in what you do. $22, 40% win ratio, but the same profit factor, 22 trades. So timing is everything as well, as you know. And this is one of the better companies. So let's say if I was to compare that to Nvidia, you can see how volatile this company is. But let me just pull in Nvidia just as a comparison in terms of performance. So you can see here, if you'd known about this, it depends on your strategy. If you were to do a buy and hold, like I knew along here that that was the time to take profit in big tech. So I probably would have cut my profits. But then you can start to see the pattern here where Schlumberger started to go positive while Nvidia's gone negative, right? So if you'd known that, you would have been able to maximize your profit and then put money into Schlumberger and got a better return versus the declines if you knew that. So that's the sort of thing you got to watch for. Buy and hold can be dangerous, especially if you're doing really well in the profit for something from January to March, and then all of a sudden you have those banks that went belly up, and you'd start losing money, and you'd be giving back your profit. So if you're able to watch your overall portfolio and knowing when to get out, you get out, take profit, sell, and then start looking for other instruments that are giving you a return. The other benefit of TradingView here is that because this is one view of the market across, let's say, in my case, for live trading, I could be with Interactive Brokers, I could be with Awanda for Forex CFD if I want, and I also could be with, I don't know, in my case, I don't like this exchange, Genesis in Ontario. That's all I have for crypto. Yeah, so that's what I would do. If you're in the States and you just want to have one exchange or one broker, just go with Interactive Brokers and you'd have access to everything and just have that one broker and then be able to trade and reallocate capital when you need to, when you know you're going to rebalance when, let's say, you want to get out of NVIDIA or something that's high performing, it's starting to cool off, then you move into another stock that's starting to perform. So again, this is since the last 3 months. Let me pull up a 1 month, pull up a 1 hour, just as a better comparison. So you can see here, Schlumberger, just for the last, this is 1 month I put in. Yeah, you'd be up 23% over holding on to NVIDIA at 4%. I've shown crazy returns when you get the gold traders. If you held in Turkish lira, you'd be up 10%, 10-time return if you versus if you held it in US dollar. It's just the thing is you got to know about that. That's the key. And the other key to maximize your profit is to time everything. And you can do all your automated trading all with a simple strategy as I'm showing you. And you can have other strategies available to you for different market conditions. So in this case, if you knew, as I said, you could have gone into the oil services sector and picked out some winners and maximize your profit when your big tech are slipping or even going negative. This is one of the powerful ways to trade and rebalance when and where on what to do it. So that's Schlumberger, okay? So that's a positive comparison compared to best performing this year easily and last year, NVIDIA. Okay, so we have Schlumberger. I want to give you some other stocks here that have been performing. I've got two more. As I said, if you got a question or comment, let me know. So the next one I can show you is this one, BCSSF. So this is Bain Capital. The financials are doing like they're not doing too good, but they're doing better than, let's say, crypto as a sector. There's very few sectors that are doing really well in August because what I do is I'll reset all the sectors at the beginning of the month and then run my scripts as shown last week. What are the top performing sectors? Right now, it was number one was metals and mining, like the dirty industries, oil services, which obviously Schlumberger is part of, and the financial, independent financial, not banks, but the financial. So One example is here, Bain Capital. Okay, so here's Bain. You can see it's done very well, $11 now, and that was back here in May. So 11.25, and now it's at 15. So you do the math. That's a pretty solid return, right? And again, if you compare that to Nvidia, it's just this is the way to trade. This is how you get maximum profit, right? So here, actually, it looks like I'm wrong here. So that is 1 hour since June. So it is up 36%, but Nvidia didn't outperform this stock. So this is what you need to do is to compare and then have a really good trading strategy, let's say in PineScript, knowing when to run it, when not to run it against what particular sectors. So let me get rid of that for now. Okay, so here you're doing pretty good. So if I generate the report, again, let's see here. I'm going to go 3 month. I'm going to go, let me just see. So we'd be up from a 12 to $15. Yeah, you would actually lose money on that. But again, if I choose a 1 month, let me see that one. Yeah, so this is not exactly a great stock to buy. So even before you see something that looks pretty good, you could run a back test on that stock for a particular strategy with PineScript and figure out if that would be a potential profitable stock to pick to hold. And in this case, it's not. And that will save you time and energy right there. Okay, so really important to know these things to maximize and protect your portfolio from potentially bad stocks. The previous one, the Schlumberger, looked pretty good, but this one's not so great. Okay, and again, I guess I could say, hopefully, I'd say the numbers don't lie here. And like I said, I'm going to have one more stock to choose from. This is Williams Companies. Let me just run same time frame as prior. Um, Negative again, profit factor 0.74, 35% win ratio, not very good. So right there, you know what to put money into, what not to put money into, just from a simple strategy that you could get access to, or even code up yourself, or you can choose from any of these strategies here or indicators. And you can see here the problem when it comes to the open source indicators is not very many strategies here. Those are usually going to be closed off. So let me just see if there's any strategies available that are open source. So you have a few simple ones here. Um, Actually, quite a few. And you just do what I'm showing you. Back test it, run it, see what wins, what doesn't win. But there's a lot here to choose from. So, which is fine. And they're popular, as you can see here. That's a number of likes, or not likes. I think they call them agree or boost or whatever they call it in the world of TradingView. But some of them are in the thousands. Some of these Lux strategies are quite good, and you're going to have obviously different strategies for different timing, different instruments. So lots of experimentation here. But the way to do that is just put in the word strategy. That's pretty well it I've got to show for tonight. I'm more than happy to take any comments or questions, as I said. But this is probably the first time I'm showing this. The back testing results, I don't think are going to be 100% accurate. The only way you'll know is when you put in live money into them. So that's what I'm probably going to do between just really on Interactive Brokers from Canada. So if there's no comments or questions, I'll give it a wrap for tonight. As I said, I'm on the TradingView stream, so I'm very limited on what I can say here. But I will say, if you're interested in what I do, just check out my profile, and I've got my different links to different social media if you're interested to see how this works. There is a bit of investment of time, obviously, but if you're trying to do it on your own, what you're doing is really just put in your stock. So let me pull up NVIDIA again as an example. I mean, here's my strategy. Here's that, I think it was 4% return just on NVIDIA today alone. And load in your strategy in the Pine editor, strategy tester, generate your report. And that's how you know if you got a winner or not. So in this case, it's not very strong because of this negative move. But moving forward, by looking at that kind of move, it may spark a new rally, I guess, after what happened last week with the cut in the U.S. Credit rating. So no questions, comments. Let me know. You just type in wait if you want to type in something. That pretty genius what somebody did last week. So if you want to ask something, or I could put a a a uh, try out a different stock or instrument you might be interested in, I can definitely do that. But just type in wait or whatever, and I'll gladly do that. So just type in the word wait in the next couple of seconds, I guess. So I'll do it going once, going twice, going three times, three and a half, three quarters. I guess not. Anyways, oh, can these your strategies? Okay, Vinny. Hey, how are you, man? What I'm trying to. If you want to just type out what you want to say, generate an alert. Yes, I believe you can in the code generate an alert in the Pine editor. So depending upon what you how close you are to trade, because if you're on TradingView the app and you get an alert and you code it up in your code and you get an alert, let's say a signal to for a seller or a buy, yeah, you can put in the code an alert or a notification, and it can be at least email. I know that text. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll do a text, but email for sure. So that's very very yeah, that's a for sure thing. And then you can do the trade yourself manually, and again that can be done right on your phone with TradingView. So again, it's very convenient versus other platforms I mentioned like MotoWave. This is to me, this is very revolutionary with what TradingView's got and some of the more top exchanges and brokers, and it's all one market view. That's what I like about it. And hello as well. Anybody else got any questions, or Vinny or Project? You guys got any questions? I've invited one other person on this because this is powerful stuff. This is very convenient. It's built in with mobile also. One of my requirements when I went with MotoWave, my prior platform, what I found was I wanted it to run on Linux. And guess what? TradingView will run on Linux as well. So that's an extra bonus as well. So it's good to have. I'm sure that I've been seeing the tablet version of TradingView, but it's pretty good. MotoWave's coming around. They built out their own platform as well their own mobile. So it's fairly new. Here with TradingView, it's um, a lot more robust, obviously more mature, and cheaper. Like the max fee you'll pay per month for the access is $60 a month because based upon what you pay for and the level you go with on TradingView, you can have up to 4 connections at once. You can have unlimited charts available. You can run the app among different screens on the desktop version. It's pretty good, and I've been really working with it on the charting. It's really powerful. Plus the social end of TradingView is very really good. Like we can do live streaming, and you can do charting and the ideas. Now you got the coding with with the Pine script, and now you can do quite literally the full on trading, live trading from TradingView. It's people need to understand that TradingView is the number one site out there for a lot of things when it comes to investing and trading. It's easily number one. You can type in any instrument you want, and usually the number one result on Google, let's say, will be TradingView. That's how big it is, and it's millions of users per month, which is fantastic, right? And you're not censored as well, which is good as long as you play above the rules. Any other questions as well? I can for sure go on if you want, but we had a really engaging session last week. Um, anyways, anybody else wanting to chime in or throw out a question or a comment? Just put in a wait, and I'll gladly wait for you. If not, um, we'll call it a night. It's already 45 minutes. I don't mind. So I'll go back to what I did. Going once. Euro GBP. Okay, yeah. You'll. The problem is that you gotta have your leverage. So here you go. Let me put a full year in. We will do strategy tester, generate report. You can see the profit factors, losing money. Yeah, I mean forex not the greatest. Now, a couple of ones that I've saw today. Let's say, yeah, we'll use the Euro Turkish lira. That's usually a good one. You can see there 29. Let me just see here. So that is going last year. Generate report. So there you go. That's the highest yet. Profit factor of 11. 10 Turkish lira you would have made. But if you added leverage and 57% profitable trading. If you knew you were getting up to, I think I shown one at 80%, that's when you throw in your leverage because you're almost guaranteed profit. Have you ever used NLP sentiment analyzers? Do you have an opinion on that? No, I have not used sentiment at all. The factor is you don't need sentiment the way I'm doing it because if you haven't seen my prior video on TradingView, you'll see how I'm using the sectors of the market. As I said, there's oil services, metals, financial independent, I guess you could call it. Those are your top performing sectors. Let me see if I give you an example. So once you know that information, then chances are you will know your. Let me just get this. Uh, Bomb, 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 bomb. Let me just show you what you're asking. So what I'm going to load up here is the sectors that are performing really well for August. So remember, like I said earlier, these are set up every month. These reset every month. So currently, um, here's the returns for the month since the beginning of August. So let me just do a sort here, and you know exactly what's performing. So as I said here, we've got commodities doing really well. Commodity metal, which is very strong. Commodities agriculture, and this would include ETFs as well. So with the ETFs, there's no real company in the agriculture, so you're not going to see those. As I said, financial and health are the ones doing well. This this month has been pretty brutal. So if you know that, these are the only stocks, these are the only sectors that you choose from or ETFs that are performing this month. I've shown you earlier with the buy and hold. If you had sold maybe last month the big tech, you would take in profit. Great. You would have maximized that run up and then moved into something new. You could have easily chosen one of these sectors and chose also the best performing stocks. And as a result, knowing that, and again, this is raw data, you don't need to worry about sentiment unless you're just tracking one particular instrument like with Bitcoin or something. But as I showed you earlier, um, there is profit to be made in Bitcoin, but unless you're wanting to do the hodl or buy and hold, um, you may just put more emphasis on the equity space because that's probably way safer, less volatile, more predictable. Even though I love crypto, it's just it's. I mean, let me pull up the chart for Bitcoin. It's been majorly flat. You can see here, or range bound since March. So it's been in this 26K to about 30K. So why would you tie up your capital in that? It's the same with gold. You want to see a nice predictable run up with like Nvidia or something, and be able to time that. So hopefully that gives you a better answer, because it's all, as I said earlier, it's about timing and maximizing those returns. Because if you're doing a buy and hold, um, you know, you could have a situation. Let me pull up Nvidia again as an example. So you can see here with Nvidia for let's do year to date. You could see you go into these slight declines. Now, if you're willing to tough it out, yeah, you could do that, and you may get lucky where you get like a day like today where it's on its way to recovery. But over this time period, you could have sold, take profit, and moved into, as I've shown earlier, into maybe something like Schlumberger. That's the important part when it comes to trading, and a lot of people don't have the time to do that, which is fair enough. But yeah, the idea here is not to take these hits, these drawdowns, because if you were looking at March with the collapse of pretty well the market, with a lot of stocks not pretty near collapse, you would have had your profit for January, take your losses in March, and then you're starting from zero again. And the way the markets could look, and what I'm seeing in my other view of the market outside of equity, I think there's going to be not a collapse, but there's going to be something big moving down. Um, I don't know. I mean, I can guess on what catalyst will be, but if you're a buy and hold trader right now, I'd probably take profit and just restart again and look for the better performing sectors or instruments out or assets out there, because it's gonna get rough, right? I mean, I just showed you August. If you're just trading equity or ETF, these are your only sectors to be involved with. And again, you're not seeing gold in here. Gold is probably negative right now. Crypto's definitely negative. So again, if you're just watching the gold bugs and the crypto people on YouTube, you're probably going to lose money in both sectors for August over the last 2 weeks, which you don't want. Because the number one rule when it comes to trading and investment is don't lose money. Number two is earn profit, right? So you want to make sure you follow rule number one. And that's all according to Warren Buffett. Rule number one, don't lose money. Rule number two, repeat. Rule number one. That's Warren Buffett's rules of investing. And he's the best investor out there from a human perspective. So I'm not sure the long rant helps out yourself. USA Metov. He's probably dropped off by now. Anyways, anybody else got any questions? I'll do it going once, twice. Did I say Euro GBP for Vinny here? Let me just see. I want to make sure. But as I said, any of the forex is tough. So year to date, you can see it's just range bound. Boom. Generate the report. It's actually negative. And the best performing forex pair out there, as I said earlier, is the Euro Turkish Lira, right? This is your best performing. You can see here $22 to 29, and generate that report. And profit factor is good, not bad for net profit. But you can see the max drawdown there, so that's up to you. Another one from a major standpoint is USD Japanese yen. I think this will be if the markets collapse, this is where you want to be, is the US Japanese yen. That was one of the best trades last year when the market dumped. Yeah, so you can see here 128 to 145 over last year with the yen. It has low volatility too, which is another key factor. Thank you. Been following for a long time. For fun, do the USD ARS. I don't even know what the ARS is. So Argentine peso, very good. Oh wow, That is what you want. Wow. Very well, 349%. Wow. Let's do a year to date. Okay, let me generate that report. Very good pick. I forgot about this. So no trades, but I can do, I don't know, let's do a 1 hour, generate a report. Um, yeah, so it's very, well, actually, already profit factor 4.23. This may be a good one down the road. And if you do, I'm just playing around here. Let's say, I don't know if you know, but you can do this one, 1 second. So if things got really crazy, and I'm sure there's a lot of volume on this pair. No, let me try just one more. I'll do a 30-minute. Oh, maybe do a 5-minute chart. Let's see how this one's looking. Yeah, it's not much. You want me to take a look at that one? QQQ. I think that's Japan, isn't it? Next gen ETF. Um, okay, let me pull up a different chart. I want to show you something when it comes to this. This is something you need to know about, Vinny. Um, so this is a bare bone chart. Um, just so you know, you see how spotty this is. Okay, so I'm looking at a 5-minute. I'll do a 1 hour. Still fairly spotty. It's not that bad. I'll do a 4 hour. The thing is, not a lot of volume, not a lot of liquidity here. One day, same. So when you start to see these gaps, you have to be very careful. As an example here, so that's on July 23rd. It gaps down very quickly. That's gonna, and you had open positions on that, you'd be screwed. If this gap down even further, yeah, no offense, I'd stay away from this ETF. You want to find ETFs that have got really good liquidity. I think the one that's done okay is IWS. No, IWA. It's an oil. No. Let me think here. Turkey. There's an MSCI Turkish. Let's see the volume there. So this has gone fairly flat. So those are the sort of things you want to see, really solid volume in those particular ETFs. Now, if you're doing a buy and hold, that's fine, but it just depends upon your strategy, your tolerance, your risk tolerance, and if you're willing to put in the time to maximize the returns I've shown you as well. If you got any other comments or requests, Vinny, I don't mind doing this, obviously. Okay, so I just got an alert that Japan's economy grew 6%. So let's see what happens to the yen based upon that one alert that just came in. Let's see here. So that's taking a hit. Actually, let me do 5 second. So you can see right here, that's the news. I believe 2350. Yeah, so that came out 5 minutes ago. So there might have been algos watching that, and it just strengthened right there. So you may start to see further declines on this pair on that news alert. So yeah. So just as an example of that, so if you look at the EWJs you recommended here, the Japanese. Um, Again, let me pull up. This one's fairly liquid. It looks like, so on a 4 hour. Actually, yeah, it's these gaps you got to really watch for. I've tried to trade a few MSCI ETFs. You can easily lose money fast. Like if you're on the upside, like here, on that alert, you can do well. But again, I hate to say it's pure luck. So I stay away from the MSCI country stocks. Mind you, I might get alerts that there was a time where, of all the ones, Greece was doing pretty good. Um, in here, let me do a 3 month. You can see here did a nice run up. Now, if you know that, you may want to hang on to that stock and do a buy and hold on that one, right? So it's done pretty good. But again, you can see there's not a lot of volume in there, but it'll pick up as you can see here, as people see that ETF start to move quickly. So there's that. I haven't looked at the ETFs today. I kind of been focusing more on stocks because they seem to, when you get a good stock, as I shown earlier, like the Schlumberger as an example, that can do really well, and it's under $30. It's a very affordable stock, low risk if you know it's doing pretty good. Any other requests, Vinny? I guess you're a talker today, or if you got another question, if you're out there still, USA Meet Off as well. If you got any questions or comments, but I just want to show you now when you start to bring in a live trading script from TradingView and what it can do for you when you get the right call it instrument asset this time right, and if you had leverage available, you could do that as well. And you knew you had the momentum. So, and or if you wanted to take on stocks for tomorrow, if you want to uh, put them on your watch list and start to trade those actively, and then you could filter out which ones don't look good, which ones don't have continuous momentum to the next day, kind of thing. So, knowing this and doing this process I just showed you with the strategy tester. Um, Actually, let me just pull up. I forgot to run these. Um, okay, let me. I forgot to do this. Sorry about that. What was the name of the strategy I had? I think it was called Pivot. Pivot. Let's see here. Pivot. My scripts. See, there's a bunch here that I'm experimenting with, but it just gets out of control very quickly. Uh, Trying to see which one. I could pull up that one. Um, you see here, load strategy. But yeah, you can pull off my scripts. So let's see here. Yeah. Let me see if there's a Donchian. Okay, let me try that one. That's similar to what I was running. Okay, we'll pull up 1 day. Boom. So here, this strategy looks better. Profit percent profitable. That's an MSCI for Greek with 3 trades over, let's say, year to date. It's not a big profit. I'll pull up that Japanese one that you wanted. QQQ. If there's any other ones you wanted, so let's check that one out. Strategy tester. Oop. So as I said, there's this new feature from TradingView, deep back testing. Generate that report. Overview. Yeah, there's no trades on that one at all. But if I do a year review, that might change. Yeah, there's no trades available for that. What's the other one you had? I think that's the only other one. QQQJ. Yeah, we tried that. EWJ. I think I tried that just a minute ago, but I'll do that anyways. Generate report. No trades there as well. So that's because you can just clearly see that it's very range bound, so you're not going to get any trades by the looks of it. Any other requests at all? No, maybe. Uh, but this is a fantastic methodology to do this with. Um, yeah, EWJ, I just tried out. Okay, so I'll do it going once, twice, 3 times. You got something you just type up right away. So I'll do it going once, going twice, going 3 times. I guess we're done. Yay. Okay, so that was a full hour, which is good. So this will be available on my 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 YouTube and all that, and it's pretty well lit. I like to say things, but I can't say them on TradingView. But as I said, just check out my profile. You have links to other things outside of TradingView if you want to know more about what I do. I guess we're done. No problem, Vinny. Thanks for your input. Hopefully things are going well for you as well. And I guess nothing more to add out there. All right, so I'll say goodbye for now. And if you know about my next one. And then on TradingView, we will be back next Monday. I might do one on Thursday. Who knows? I had good results on last Monday. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.